Well, that's a great song. And you can listen to that even after September is over. It's a great song because we're going to be standing together forever. Okay, but speaking of forever, this is our final Sunday in September. And I do not have a clue, do you, how we got here so fast? I mean, 1 minute we're talking about the autumn equinox as a future event, as later this month, and now it's behind us. I mean, this past Thursday, we entered a brand new season. And just like that, as if Mother Nature were following the calendar, the warmth of summer quickly shifted into much cooler breezes by day and much colder temperatures by night. And as the temperatures drop even more in the days ahead, it's important for us not to waste any energy longing for warm weather that's behind us or worrying about the much colder weather that is ahead of us, because truly, who knows? Definitely not the weather forecasters. But mostly, because as we embrace the current moments of our life, rather than resisting them by thinking about the past or worrying about the future, we discover that there is so much good right where we are, right here and right now. And though it's easy to find that goodness in autumn with its amazing color changes and with that peaceful, slowed down energy, whatever the season and whatever the weather, wonderful things can be found anytime we're looking for them. And we are free to look for them anytime. Abraham Hicks tells us, look for good things about where you are. And in your state of appreciation, you lift all self-imposed limitations, and all limitations are self-imposed, and you free yourself for the receiving of wonderful things. Now, I keep reminding us, for my sake as well as yours, that our theme this year is 2022 is up to you. Every day for the past 267 days, every choice that we've made individually has not only affected our life, but has affected the world around us. We have been free all this year to choose thoughts and words and actions that have enriched our life experiences and created good vibes around us. Or we haven't. And as we enter this final quarter of a year that, with its speed and rushing towards the end, seems to be trying to win some sort of race, we might want to ask ourselves, how am I doing with my year so far? If we want to know what we've allowed into our experiences so far and what we've limited through our self-imposed resistance, all we need to do is ask ourselves one question: am I happy now? If the answer is yes, then isn't it good to know that we still have 3 more months? And that would be 98 more days, 2,352 more hours, and 141,120 minutes left to go to receive more wonderful things this year. And if the answer is no, the good news is it ain't over till it's over. And it ain't over this year until December 31st at midnight. Which, if measured in moments, and happiness is created one moment at a time, there's still plenty of time for us to say yes to a happy year. 141,120 chances to say yes. The author, Ruth Ahmed, wrote, "There is something so special in the early leaves drifting from the trees, as if we are all to be allowed a chance to peel, to refresh, to start again. We've still got time to choose, to peel and refresh and start making this year a year we'll be happy to have lived." One of the beautiful lessons that the seasonal changes of nature can teach us is to enjoy life as it comes, with each sunrise and as it extends throughout the day. Because whatever comes in life has come to pass, whether we've enjoyed it or not. Pema Chodron, who is an American Tibetan Buddhist nun, wrote, "The Navajo teach their children that every morning when the sun comes up, it's a brand new sun. It's born each morning. It lives for the duration of one day. And then it passes on, never to return again. As soon as the children are old enough to understand, the adults take them out at dawn and they say, 'The sun has only one day. You must live this day in a good way so that the sun won't have wasted precious time.' Acknowledging the preciousness of each day is a good way to live, a good way to reconnect with our basic joy. Whether our day, as it extends out, includes moments that we never want to end, or moments we want to pass as quickly as possible, reconnecting with our basic joy brings our divine energy into full play in our life, and we feel more alive each day. It causes happiness to seem to pause and linger a while when moments feel good. And it causes us to remain uplifted as we move with peace and ease through unwanted moments. We can choose to look for the good and praise it, even if our personal life and the world tries to tell us that there's plenty of evidence that this world and us in it is going to hell in a handbasket. Or we can decide to focus solely on the often hellish appearances of things and react to circumstances as if they're here to stay and worsen along the way. Which brings us to the title and subject of today's talk, Circumstantial Evidence. Now, circumstantial evidence obviously is derived from the appearance of circumstances. Circumstantial evidence is a legal terminology that it's said to stand as proof of a fact or a set of facts from which one could infer the fact in question. Guilt or innocence. In other words, what's already happened as a fact before is proof of what's true now. The Course of Love calls this a thought system tied to beliefs of if this, then that. For example, if a suspect is seen running away from a murder scene with a weapon in his hand, based on those circumstances, it's evident that he or she committed the murder. But as we all know, if we watch a detective series or a mystery series, not all circumstantial evidence turns out to point to the actual person who did the crime. That's the fun of it. In other words, not everything that appears to be true is true. That's why we read in the book of John that Jesus said, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." Righteous judgment is spiritual awareness that tells us that not everything that appears to be a true fact is stuck in that appearance. Righteous judgment is awareness that life flows invisibly and continuously, without end and without reaching a conclusion. And though life is fluid and changeable in its appearance, it is unchangeable as the pure, positive energy of love that is behind and within everything that lives, no matter what appears to be. And it's the fluid nature of appearances in this physical environment that makes change possible and makes healing possible. For example, it appeared that a man disabled for 30 years would never walk again. Until Jesus, who knew the pure positive energy behind all appearances, told him to take up his bed and walk, and he did. And when it appeared that his friend Lazarus had been dead for way too long to call him back, Jesus, who had no doubt that pure positive energy trumped circumstantial evidence every time, called to Lazarus. And he walked out of his tomb in his burial clothes 4 days after he died. Today, miracles happen in the same way. By knowing the ever-presence of pure, positive, fluid energy behind all appearances, that everything in this world is changeable. Miracles occur in the presence of anyone who isn't distracted by circumstantial evidence, but is steadfastly focused on the high, holy truth of life. According to a thought system that's tied to beliefs of if this, then that, if we become ill or injured, it will take X amount of time for us to feel better again, for us to heal, or at least for us not to be contagious. According to if this, then that, if we have limited education, that will limit what we can do in life and the abundance of good that we can experience. according to if this, then that. If we've been rejected by someone we love, or if we've been humiliated in some way, then it means that there's something wrong with us, that we're unlovable or unworthy. According to if this, then that. If we've reached a certain age, then we're destined to experience this decline and that decline and on and on. If this, then that is the thought system that lives in the world. I am God and there is none else is the truth that lives in us. Miracles are meant to be lived by as the truth is meant to be lived by, not because we want to fix something, but because we realize we are spiritual beings made of healing energy, and we can no longer think and live as other than who we are in truth. A Course in Miracles tells us, miracles praise God through you. They praise Him by honoring His creations and affirming their perfection. If we spend our precious energy reacting to the circumstantial evidence of this world, and this world is only made up of circumstantial evidence, we're drawing conclusions about ourselves and others in life that do not honor the God of our creation. An acceptance of all life as divine in this physical environment, and our willingness to receive a greater, broader perception of life is essential to living the joyful, growth-filled physical experience that we came here to live. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar said, doubt is always about something that is positive. Put doubt in its proper place and doubt the doubts. Doubt the negative and put your trust in the positive. Reasonable doubt is legal terminology referring to insufficient evidence that prevents a judge or a jury from convicting a defendant of a crime. When we trust in the positive about ourselves and others and life, we have reasonable doubt about any negativity that might appear in us and in others. In truth, there's not enough circumstantial evidence in all of the physical universe to cause any of God's creation to lose its innocence. We only see snapshots of each other along this path of life. We see each other one moment at a time. Circumstances change, and in the meantime, they're certainly not reliable. We can only see the whole picture of ourselves or anyone else by looking past appearances to the pure positive energy that is animating what we see. Unless we look at ourselves and each other with a reasonable doubt of guilt, we won't perceive the spiritual truth that causes miracles. A Course of Love tells us your new thought system is not tied to beliefs of an if this, then that nature. I am calling you to live by the truth and to never deny it, to see no circumstance as cause to abandon it. The truth that is true never draws a conclusion because it is never bound by precedent, by what has happened before. I mean, it's easy when things seem to be wonderful in our life for us to say and truly mean it in the moments that God is all there is. It's when things don't appear to be wonderful in our life or in the world that we're tempted to let appearances cause us to abandon our inner truth and accept circumstantial evidence as all there is. But it's in the darkest times that if we let it, if we don't deny it or abandon it, that the light of truth within us shines even brighter in contrast to circumstances. Paramahansa Yogananda wrote, if an individual rises above circumstances by the heroic courage that is in him, all conditions of life, however dark and threatening, will be like the blanket of mist that appears with the warm glance of the sun. Namaste. Okay. All right, well, this is the time of our service where we get to say thank you out loud. Thank you. Thank you is one of those phrases that really feels good. I love you is another one. They're right up there in that high, holy vibration of God that lives in us and is the truth about us. So we so appreciate your being here in the sanctuary, your love and support. Just having your good body vibes and good spirit vibes in here is just a beautiful gift. And so thank you for being here. And thank you for watching. They're still watching, right?
Yeah, we're on.
All right, good. Thank you for watching live stream. And thank you for finding us during the week or watching us again during the week on video on our website. And thank you for your financial support. Because really, financial support is just another energy of love. And that particular energy of love allows us to keep offering this message of love, allows us to come together in love and be this beautiful, loving community of love wherever we are. We're together in this. So if you don't know how to support us financially and you want to share your love, our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is going to tell you how.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
All right. There are several ways that you can donate and contribute to the Life Enrichment Center. If you're online today, you can go to facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center and hit the donate button. You can go to our website, lecflint.com, and scroll down and hit the contribute button. You can go to PayPal, and our PayPal address is lec2512@gmail.com. and you can contribute via PayPal, or you can send us a check, and we have a new mailing address. It's Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321-294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And here in the sanctuary, you can, we're going to have a gratitude offering, and our gratitude person,
She's
Janice, is
dancing with
down
joy.
the aisle and making me laugh. Thank you. She'll do a collection here in the sanctuary while we listen to Daniel Namad and Nemo Patel doing Grateful, and then Reverend Stephanie will be back up for gratitude prayer. Thank you.